Hey, welcome back. So what we got going on today is, well, kind of a necessity for, every human being alive. That's water. Now, we've got multiple barrels, 55-gallon barrels set up around the homestead here. But today, I'm working on our more permanent system for the house, which is 4 335-gallon IBC totes. Now, a lot of people use these, of course, make sure you get food grade. But I've already got them set up. So today's project, though, is I have a shallow water well pump that I want to get hooked up to it, so we can get some actual running water to the house after I get the plumbing finished. But we've got, so here's the tanks right here behind me. You can see they're about 3/4 full. I've got all 4 of them hooked up together. And I've got the shallow water well pump here. That I'm going to be hooking up to there so we can just turn it on and have running water. So that is our mission for today. Let's start getting this hooked up. So I'm back here behind the tanks now. What we got going on is here we've got our downspout coming from the roof, which is temporary. Once our siding and everything is done, this pipe right here, instead of running way out like this, it's going to run over here along the house, down, and then over to the tank, so it's not just hanging out here in midair like this. But I've got a filter on right here, so that catches all of our big stuff going into the tank. Keeps the water nice and clean, so you're not getting bugs and whatever in there. Now, these tanks have these covers on them, which I was able to find the perfect, so unscrew these. Unscrew that. It's a 2-inch fitting, screws right into this, which is what I got right here. Then 2-inch pipe fits right into that. I can just take this out, pull this filter out, put a new one in. So all these tanks have these covers on, which they're still on all of them. Now I do need to get this last tank. I need to get some more PVC. I'm going to take this one out, get an overflow on here, have it come up, run over and down the tank and out, so the overflow runs down the hill. Then down here, they're hooked up at the bottom, so you can see all the tanks, they fill up evenly, so they all have the same amount of water in them because they're filling from the bottom. Now, these here, I was unable to find the right size fitting to screw into there. I don't know if it's a 2 1/8 or what, but I could not find for the life of me the right size. So I just bought these rubber couplings right here, slid over, clamped them down, clamped them onto my 2-inch PVC on all 4 of them. They seem to be doing a good job, not leaking, holding water. But comes into this first tank here, flows through there, goes into that next one, which runs across over to there and back to this final tank right here, and then one pipe that comes out. Now currently, since I don't have the pump hooked up yet, I've just got a water hose here to get the water out with the spigot on it right there, which is kind of a pain because you got to crawl under here and behind the house because you got to get under there and back here. And yeah, I'm ready to get running water going. So what I got is just I bought this a few years ago. It's just a cheap Harbor Freight shallow water well pump. As you can see, it's been sitting in the shed. Got some mice stuff on it. But it's never even been used, never even taken out. I bought it to do a shallow well, which never came to fruition. Got me some fittings here. So we are going to attempt to unhook all this, get it hooked up to that shallow water well pump. That'll be up here under the house. And since I don't have all the plumbing done in the house, I'll probably think I'm just going to go buy a hose or something for now so I can run out and we can just turn the hose on to have running water. But yeah, that's our mission for today. So let's start getting it done. So our first mission, obviously, close all these valves. So when I unhook this water line here, all that's going to drain out is the water that is stuck in these pipes and not everything out of the barrels themselves. So I got to get over there, get those two turned off, and then we can start getting this on. All right, I've got our tank shut off. I'll crawl under the house here, which that's a good time, getting up under here. So we should be able to just pull this off because I didn't glue this on. And there goes all the water. So I have 2-inch pipe running on all this here. Reduces down to 1.5 here. And then runs down to a 1-inch pipe over here, which the shallow well pump accepts 1-inch pipe. So that's what we're going for. Start mocking this stuff up a little bit. See what we got. And of course I got 1-inch pipe over here. So this is our inlet right here. We got our outlet up top. So we've got a fitting here. This will screw in to there. I almost forgot the check valve. This is so water can run in one way, but it can't run back out. So this way the pump stays primed and you don't have to come out and prime it every time. The water is forced to stay in here so it can't run back to the tanks. So there you have it. That's kind of what it's going to look like. It's going to run from there, come over, up through our check valve into the tank. Now we got to hook up our outlet side of it. So for this, I also bought this with a plug. I have it coming out of here with this T, so I can put this plug in the top and we can just prime it from there instead of having to take this all the way out. So we screw in another fitting up here, which I gotta get tape on these fittings also. Now we can take this plug out, boom, pour some water in there, it'll prime the pump. Got our check valve right here so water can't run back into the tanks. Now we need to get it all glued up. All right, we got our glue, we got pipe tape. Let's start assembling this thing. Moment of truth. Let's turn our water back on. Well, the way it's sounding, I might not even have to prime it. Sounds like there's enough pressure from the tanks. Yeah, it definitely works. All right, shall we try this one more time? It's gonna fucking blow off, though. Watch. I think we have success. Making a mess. But it works. I kind of want to get a different hose anyways, a longer one. Pull out the side, leave it on one with the handle, you know, so I can just spray it and not have to get under here and turn it on and off. All right, let's grab our hose, see if we got running water. Pressurized running water. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Well, there you have it. That's one way to get running water. So if y'all have any comments, questions about how I did it, just feel free to ask in the comments. Let me know how you did yours. You know, there's many different ways people hook up their water with off-grid. You know, this was just how I chose to do it. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to run an outlet under there, or I might actually set up its own little solar power for it to be hooked up to. That way I don't have to worry about running an outlet under there and that. Which, that's next on the project list. Finish up the solar. Got about a 35, 40 foot trench I gotta dig. Get those power wires buried, which needs to be done. It's been way too long. I gotta rewire everything inside. Got some new fuses, breakers. Get that second charge controller hooked up. Right now we're only running on half of our panels. So those will be videos coming in the future. Getting those wires buried, getting this all finished up, getting the stuff on the inside finished up, eventually getting plumbing running through the whole house. So again, you guys have any questions, comments, let me know in the comments, and I would like to see how you guys do things. Till then, you guys have a good day.